I just found the exact reason why Bitcoin is dumping to $55,000. And you know what else I did? I bought as much crypto as I possibly can. Hi, my name is Alex. I've been trading cryptocurrency for 8 years. And the setup that I am watching right now is the exact thing that made me my first million at the age of 25. And I'm just going to repeat the exact strategy that I will give you in this video. I'm going to repeat it over and over again and make more money every single time. And I did it today. I want to show you exactly how you could do it yourself. I am going to be making some bold claims, but everything I say will be backed up with data, information, qualitative and quantitative evidence. Everything will have evidence. And I'm telling you right now, the market manipulators are manufacturing an altcoin season right before our eyes. This is manipulation at its finest. And I'm telling you, the market reversal is going to happen in the next couple of weeks, even days. And that's why I purchased crypto today. If you want my entire system for free, how I turned 7K into millions at the age of 25, head on over to this website. Link will be in the description below. But yeah, here's all the people that are just using my exact strategy. They're just taking the checklist and just doing it over and over again. This is the exact formula that I use to repeatedly make money off this market in a consistent way. And I'm telling you, I've been fine-tuning this for 8 years, and it's gotten to a point where pretty much anyone could do it. It's risk management plus a high-risk environment equals asymmetrical returns. Let me explain more. People are playing in the stock market trying to get 12% a year when they should be putting themselves in an asymmetrical environment. If you have a situation where there is a high upside potential, meaning the potential of an altcoin can go up 20,000 to 50,000%. I've proved this in so many videos. If you have that scenario, then the upside is very high, but the downside, you could only lose what you invest. So let's say hypothetically, we have a situation where the altcoin can go up 10x. That's like turning $100 into $1,000. But the downside is maybe it's a scam and you lose all of your $100. If you keep placing $100 bets, eventually with good fundamental analysis, good research, which we talk about in this channel all the time, with good diligence, you will make up for all of your losses and then some. This is the strategy I use over and over and over again. Use risk management in high risk environments and make sure you get asymmetrical high returns, not the I'm going to get $1 million in 48 years like the stock market. We're talking about right now, because cryptocurrency is the greatest appreciating asset class on the face of the planet. Every single time Bitcoin goes up by large percentages, but this doesn't come for free. It's at a cost. It's a high risk environment, but we do see these crazy percentages. So right now, if you're experiencing a dip, just understand that this is completely normal. When I mean normal, let me show you. See, right here, it seems like the world is over because we have this big red candlestick right here, and it feels like, oh man, the market is imploding. The world is over. I'm going to lose all of my money. It's down 20%. That's absurd, Alex. That is way too much. Let's go through the history of Bitcoin, and let me show you that this is normal. That's a 23% drop right there, right? Let's come over here. This right here is a 21% drop. And then right after, we have this big 78% pump, 78, 80% pump, or whatever the case is. Look at how normal this is. Look at how normal this is for Bitcoin's price. 21% down. Now, if you're watching this video, you know I use Bitcoin as an indicator for altcoins. So as Bitcoin moves up, altcoins move up bigger. Bitcoin moves down, altcoins move down quicker. So if your altcoins are down 50%, that's normal. Bitcoin's down 20%. This is kind of how it works. Look, right here, again, we have 22% down. Right now, we're only down 20%. Can we go down another 3%? Yes, we can. This is normal. You should have expected this. This is a high risk environment, guys. Let me go a little bit further and show you. Even last cycle's bull run, look at how normal this is. This is extremely normal. Look at this. 20% down right before the biggest bull cycle we've ever experienced. This is not really a fall. This is sideways consolidation. Right here. This is even bigger. 30% down. You notice that in this bull cycle, we're seeing like 23% max. Look at this big fall here, 52% down. Crypto is what you call volatile. And this is the beauty of crypto. This is why you can experience these big cycles up. 2,800% increase is not normal in any place in the world. Any traditional financial asset class, I don't care if you're holding stocks, commodities, gold, you do not, I repeat, you do not see that. So that being said, you're gonna have to experience these drops. This is where the money is made. Can you control yourself? Can you control your emotions when things like this happen? That is a huge question for a lot of you. Do not panic. Now is the time to start buying the dip. You know why? Because look at these percentage increases after the dip. It's extremely predictable. I just keep spamming this over and over again and making money. So much money, guys. I make millions of dollars off of this exact formula I'm showing here. How many times I have to prove to you guys the same exact thing, that Bitcoin and Ethereum outcompete every stock, every financial asset class on the face of the planet, except for NVIDIA, because NVIDIA has been doing very well in the AI sector. But as you can see right here, Ethereum's up 2,200%. Bitcoin's up 1,000, 1,100%. As you can see there, there's nothing that even compares. You're gonna have to go through volatility that no other asset class, you're not used to it. You're not gonna be used to it because it's not normal. 2,200% up is not normal. I don't know how many motivational quotes you need to understand that this is how trading works. You're supposed to be buying when people are fearful. The time to buy is when there's blood in the streets, even if the blood is your own. So even if you're down, even if you've lost money, this is the time to start buying. Charlie Munger, the big money is not buying and selling, but waiting. Be patient. Be patient. People are frantic. They're moving off of lust. You should have moved in with risk management to begin. You should have had a strategy. You should have anticipated this fall, because that's what happens. I have capital on the sidelines to buy more as it falls. You should have had capital. If you don't already, you need to get capital into the market by any means necessary. You have to continue pushing, because this is when it counts the most. Nothing has changed except for your mind. Your mind is where the battlefield is at. Can you control your emotions? That is the biggest question. And the simple truth about this entire scenario is that you should have known. I knew this was going to happen, and I was prepared for it. Here's a notice from Mt. Gox regarding the repayment of Bitcoin. This is why the entire market is crashing. There's billions of dollars of Bitcoin that are going to be given back to people, and who knows, they might sell it. And so the entire market is reacting because of this one thing right here. Mt. Gox was one of the first exchanges in Bitcoin in general. I think it was the first exchange, and they got hacked for so much Bitcoin. Now at the time, it wasn't worth as much because Bitcoin was like less than $50, but now Bitcoin's worth a lot of money, right? So there's billions of dollars being issued out to these people. Now, we don't know if they're going to sell. No one knows if they're going to sell, but people are anticipating that right now. Now, what's very interesting about this that nobody else is talking about on the internet is the timing. This is in July. This is absurd. This is a manufactured manipulation. I will put my reputation on the line by saying this is collusion. And let me show you what I mean about that. Ethereum's ETFs could come as soon as next week, says Bitwise. This came from today. This came from today. People are saying that this month, the Ethereum spot ETF is going to go live. So at the same time, we have Bitcoin being dumped on the market in the billions. We have the Ethereum spot ETF going live, taking Ethereum off the market. This is a manufactured altcoin season. This is 101. It is extremely obvious. If you know anything about crypto, this is obvious. So obvious. They are manufacturing an altcoin season, and people are going to miss out because they got emotional. What do I mean by that? This is the most significant and predictable event in crypto. People think that the Bitcoin halving is the most significant event. Personally, I think the altcoin cycle, is the most significant event. What I have here is the top 10 altcoins by percentage increase last cycle. These are the coins that did the best last cycle, that went up by the most percentages and destroyed everything by profit-making potential. If you would have bought one of these altcoins, you could have done something like a 3 million% increase. million% increase. And as you can see right there, they very predictable chart. As soon as Bitcoin drops in value, right in front of your eyes, guys, right in front of your eyes, Bitcoin drops in value. We see all of the altcoins skyrocket. Right here, when Bitcoin drops, boom, dominance, loses all of its liquidity, boom, drops in dominance. We see these altcoins explode. And when I mean it's quick, look, 66 days to the top. So people are going to miss this. It's going to be a flash because they weren't prepared, because they didn't have the information. It is so predictable that every single altcoin last cycle that did the best followed this exact pattern. As you can see right here, another situation where Bitcoin tops out, all of the altcoins get the money. This is a 7 million% increase. That's like turning $1,000 into $76 million. This is no joke. Same thing right here. Bitcoin drops in value, tops out. Look at the altcoin. This is 19 million%, guys. That's like turning $1,000 into $190 million. This is the most significant event right here. Same thing. Again, same thing. Bitcoin dominance drops, same thing. It's predictable. This is not a biased selection. I want to be clear with you guys. This is not a biased selection. This right here is the top 10 altcoins by percentage increase. So right here, I have this Google document and I just was curious and I'm like, I want to find the best coins that produced the most wealth last cycle. This is the top 10. This is the top 10. The green ones are the top 10 from last cycle. We're not talking about the worthless metric of market cap. I'm talking about what we care about, which is percentage increase. Like how much money could I've made? Not market cap. Market cap's irrelevant. When people on the internet are saying micro cap and all of these stupid terms, that's not actually relevant. That is a waste of time. I don't look at market cap. I ignore market cap. What you need to look at is percentage increase. That's all you should care about is percentage increase. And so I've selected the top 10 coins by percentage increase and they all followed this predictable strategy. They all followed this predictable pattern, the altcoin cycle I keep talking about. Look, same thing. This one was more on the second half. So the liquidity dropped from Bitcoin the second spike and then boom, it ran up. That's right here. So we're talking about these two spikes. So right here's the first initial one. As soon as this dropped, all the altcoins went stupid right here. And then it comes down and then we have some altcoins that went stupid here. But the same situation, it all comes from Bitcoin liquidity. So the elites, the people that own these coins, the people that have created these coins, that have the billions of dollars to create these coins, they are trying to manufacture. I repeat, they are manufacturing this. They want this to happen. They want everybody to dump their Bitcoin and shove it into altcoins as aggressively as possible because they all have the altcoins. So what side do you want to be on? I want to be on the money-making side. Proof of work versus proof of stake. They're both consensus mechanisms. They basically regulate the security of how we come to consensus on Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's essentially what a consensus mechanism is. It's a code built into the blockchain to basically say, this is how we're all going to come to agreement on things and disagreements. And this is also how we're going to regulate the security of the blockchain. Bitcoin uses proof of work. And see, the thing about Bitcoin is that it's the oldest crypto. So there's people that have stacked Bitcoin that are billionaires off of Bitcoin specifically. So there was like a big transfer of wealth with Bitcoin. A lot of people that weren't rich became rich with Bitcoin and they have these miners. There's miners connected to the network that are mining Ethereum, and they essentially have a stronghold on the Bitcoin network. There's a lot of people that weren't rich before that are now rich off of Bitcoin because they adopted it early. They have all of this mining equipment, and Bitcoin is way more decentralized than the centralized Ethereum. Now, you might be like, oh, yeah, that's why Bitcoin's better, and that's why I should hold Bitcoin. No, not really. Ethereum has something called proof of stake. The difference is, instead of owning computers, you could own Ethereum and you have voting power, or you can control the Ethereum network. So the elite with billions of dollars could easily control Ethereum, but not control Bitcoin. So again, you have to ask yourself the question, do you really think Bitcoin is going to save the world? Personally, I don't believe that. I personally believe the only person that can save the world is Jesus Christ. So you have to ask yourself the question, are you holding your faith in a made up reality that Bitcoin is just going to somehow destroy everything and just single-handedly topple over the elite that's controlled the world for the past 1,000 years? Or do you think the elite are going to force the public to adopt Ethereum because they control Ethereum through a proof of stake mechanism? Like, don't you want to make money? Are you trying to save the world, or are you trying to make money? Because I don't know about you guys. If you really want to make a change, you got to make some money. You got to make some money. The money gives you the freedom to make decisions. So personally, I don't believe any coin can save my life. I don't. I don't think Bitcoin can. I don't think Ethereum can. I think Jesus can. And I think Ethereum specifically is the adoption vehicle. It's clear. It's obvious. I'm calling it right now, and I've talked about this in other videos. USDC will be the central bank digital currency of the United States, brought in through the Federal Reserve, through Coinbase specifically, and it's going to be primarily on Ethereum, and the layer 2 is going to be Base. I'm calling it right now. This is like my official prediction on this whole scenario, and the elite are going to control Ethereum by having more money, because proof of stake, that's how it works. When it comes to proof of stake specifically, you control the voting over the network based off of how much money you have at stake. That's what proof of stake is. So if I have billions of dollars, I could essentially just choose to control Ethereum by dumping my billions, holding Ethereum, and voting. I have more voting power. I have more money. So which one mirrors like regular society today closer? Bitcoin, where like it's going to save the world? Like, no, I don't believe that. It used to be a Bitcoin maxi. I get it, but I really think it's a finesse. And I really think that Bitcoin can be taken out with physical power because there's just too much resources in the power of the elite. I think the main reason why I'm telling you guys this is because there's this big narrative in crypto that Bitcoin is going to save the world, and you need to let go, because you're not going to make any money. I'm sorry. You're not going to make any money. You're not going to change anything by thinking that code can save your life. It's not going to work. And here's some more proof behind that. So we're looking at Bitcoin search versus Bitcoin's price. So the line is Bitcoin's price. Look at how Bitcoin search is actually decreasing. So right here, this is the second cycle. So we're looking at, this is the first cycle, which was like 2017. Now this was the second cycle, which was like 2021. And this is the current. So we can't really take the current cycle into consideration because we haven't completed the current cycle. We're still in the bull market. But as you can see, we're on a downward trend. Bitcoin was more popular here than it was here. So people are becoming less and less interested. And this is the Google Trends search term. So this is people typing in Bitcoin on Google. So people typing in Bitcoin on Google is becoming less and less. And at the same exact time, that's the exact opposite for Ethereum. Ethereum is the new frontier. There's more opportunity on Ethereum. You can make more money on Ethereum. You could be one of those early guys that made billions of dollars off of Bitcoin by buying the right altcoin. People are already doing it right now. Ethereum search. This is the same thing, but for Ethereum. And as you can see right here, it is increasing. We have the first cycle for Ethereum, the second cycle for Ethereum. And again, we mirror it again. This is the crypto search term, which is like the same thing. When people type in crypto, they're thinking about other coins that are not Bitcoin. So that's all we have to look at. Who is looking at other coins besides Bitcoin? Again, the same thing. We have an increase of demand when it comes to the crypto search term cycle after cycle. So don't you see what's happening? The flipping is happening. More people are becoming more interested in crypto and Ethereum rather than Bitcoin itself. And the elite want Ethereum because they can control it more. Everybody wants Ethereum except for the guys that got in early in Bitcoin. The guys that got early in Bitcoin, of course, they're going to be Bitcoin maximalists forever because they want people to buy their stuff. But crypto is going to win in general through altcoins. It's a fact. It's a fact. We just got to wait for the market to catch up to this one revelation. So number one, cryptocurrency is in a full-on bull market. We haven't even experienced anything yet. If anyone tells you the market is over, they simply do not know what they're talking about. You have to avoid the noise in the market. You have to clear your mind and focus. People will distract you from your bag. I'm telling you right now, if you sell, you will lose a lot of money. You should be buying right now. Now is the time to buy as much crypto as you possibly can. Back in the day, I used to sell things on eBay to buy crypto. That is what I would do right now. I would take my most valuable items that I do not use. I would sell it on eBay and I would buy right now. That is exactly what I would do. I would work a second job if I didn't have the capital. I would work Uber Eats or Postmates or one of these ride sharing services, to make some extra income, to buy as much crypto as possible. That's the first thing, is we are in a full-on bull market. Anyone that tells you otherwise is tripping. Ignore them, block them. Try to avoid them as much as possible. Number two, they are manufacturing the altcoin cycle right before your eyes. Billions of dollars of Bitcoin are being dumped on the market, and at the same exact time, the Ethereum spot ETF is about to trigger the altcoin cycle. As soon as they actually launch it and pull Ethereum off the market, there's a burn mechanism within Ethereum that burns ETH for every transaction. So every transaction going through is going to burn ETH. Not only that, but a spot ETF is actually pulling ETH off the market. There's two different types of ETFs. There's futures ETFs and there's spot ETFs. A future ETF, they make a fake synthetic version of Ethereum and people buy and sell that. If they have the fake Ethereum, this means that there's no supply and demand to manipulate. It's just a simple fake futures, fake Ethereum. This is a spot ETF. Guys, let's not forget that Bitcoin broke two major records when the Bitcoin spot ETF launched. So right here, this is a record. We have never broken all-time high before the Bitcoin halving. Look, Bitcoin halving, we broke all-time high. That is a record. And that's all contributed to the spot ETF. And look at this, pre-Bitcoin halving, we went up 307%. Look, we never broke all-time high before Bitcoin halving. So that's a record. Not only that, but if we look right here, Bitcoin only went up 200%. Right here, Bitcoin only went up 300%, 317 from the bottom there. And right here, 331%. And see, the thing is, Bitcoin operates off of something called the law of diminishing returns. So as the asset gets bigger and bigger, the returns get less and less. Let me show you. That's 9,000% increase. 2,900. 682%. So as this goes on, the increases should be less. And for some reason, because of the Bitcoin spot ETF, it wasn't less, it was more. This is absurd. This is like a one in a lifetime event. The Ethereum spot ETF is going to take so much Ethereum off the market. It's simple supply and demand, guys. A spot ETF actually buys the ETH, actually buys the Bitcoin and saves it in a custodian wallet. They're all using Coinbase for the custodial services. But the point is that they're actually taking ETH and Bitcoin off the market. And right now they're dumping a whole bunch of Bitcoin through the Mt. Gox situation. So they're adding a whole bunch of Bitcoin to the supply, destroying Bitcoin's price, and then taking away a whole bunch of Ethereum from at the same time, guys. Please use the strategy that made me millions of dollars. Buy when people are panicking. That is the strategy. That is the gist. We can get complex. Watch the beginning of the video if you have to. Buy when people are panicking. Just buy when people are panicking. Buy when people are panicking. Just do that. Please. Please. I feel so bad for the person that gets emotional right now because they're down. Like, take that energy and put it into researching, because it is so obvious. Anyone that knows crypto in my circle, there is no question. We are not like, oh, is the market going to continue to? We don't even question it. It is not even a topic of conversation. So if it's a topic of conversation for you, you are in the wrong circle, my friend. Because the people I talk to, they got millions of dollars and they've been doing this for a very long time. So I love you guys. This is why I made the video. And I hope you guys subscribe and just learn more about crypto. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Catch you guys later. Peace out. Oh yeah, and if you made it this far, hi, my name is Alex. And yeah, I do crypto trading full time. I've been doing it for a very long time, made millions off of crypto. And long story short, I just made a checklist. I made a checklist, and then this right here is that checklist for free. So you can get my free checklist. Just take the free thing. Now, obviously, it's deeper. There's explanation behind the checklist. So I have a training that goes with it. It's long and it's extensive. And you'll probably learn more about crypto. And you'll also learn, of course, about how, I did crypto and I made money in crypto. And yeah, the checklist is repeatable. So like, here's all of the results. So obviously at the end of the training, there's going to be like, hey, join my group. My consultation is worth money. I know the internet puts things out like, hey, I shouldn't pay for information, but you pay for information every time you buy a book, every time you go to college. So yes, my information, if you want to dive deeper, yes, will happen after this video. So after this video, I'll show you my group and everything, but the training is legit. Like, you're going to learn everything you need to know about crypto investing, the exact strategy, and I'm going to give you the checklist. You can just download the checklist. We can get very far, at least get through that training. You don't have to buy anything. Nobody is forcing you to do anything on the internet, but yes, people are making money off of this. This is predictable, but long story short, free checklist, free training, and you don't have to buy anything. Do whatever you want. It's your life, but at least get the checklist and it'll be amazing for you. It'll help you out a lot.